Anderson, and to my left we have the wonderful and beautiful Miss Joy. Who was that? Okay, today she's.
Nobody can hear me, huh? If I smile, nobody can hear me.
No one hears your smile, but we see it.
All right, good job.
And to my right, we have the wonderful and handsome Uncle Rich. Mr. Joy.
What?
No, I was saying the joy of the Lord is my strength.
Oh my.
He be if you're new to this show, he's the weird one. But,
Normally you call him the deep one.
no, he's the weird one with the deep mic. He has the deep mic. Every
y'all
once
doing
in a
out
while, he'll say something super deep, or he'll make up a word. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know what's coming from time to time. But how are you guys doing out there? We hope you are having a wonderful, wonderful
Aren't they
week.
supposed to answer you?
Go ahead, answer.
That is. Now, see, I felt like if you came back, it would be a real show. Now, that right there.
Makes it look like last week's show.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
I was
my
not
gosh.
expecting that. I was not expecting that.
What happened?
He's been schooled.
If he
been
starts
schooled.
acting like you, it's over.
Oh, wow.
It's over
This is
for me
getting
coming here.
interesting.
This is a man's world.
Lies. Now, but not a man's show. Move the camera this way. Okay, so let's count our blessings today. And what are you grateful for? Let's count our blessings.
Oh, I'm just grateful for being able to serve and to be able to be a helpmeet. You know.
What?
Just when you think we're gonna have a serious moment, it's like
to be able to be a helpmeet, MEET, not MEAT. Okay, just wanted to get the spelling correct. You know.
okay.
But
All right.
you know, no, because
Who did you help yourself to meet this week?
a lot of different people in different situations and circumstances.
See, I'm learning to. That's scary. I was going to say I'm learning to think like him, and then I caught myself like.
I always say that to people. You think just like me? They be like, no. I don't.
Right. But I'm like, yeah, there's some twist to this help meet thing. Because when we think help meet, you know, the woman is supposed to be the help meet to the man. But when it's Richard C. Knowles saying this, it's like, who did you help yourself meet this week?
I met people, you know, some majority that I know, and I helped them in different situations, whether it be through the word, whether it be through financial, whether it be through just gifting them. You know, you have to be able to be of service, you know, because we can't say we're with the Lord and we don't serve the people,
Anybody?
his children.
Good point. That was a good one.
That was the deep part.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Not weird. It was
Okay.
deep.
It wasn't weird.
Okay.
It wasn't too weird. It started off a little sus, but. And.
Counting our blessings.
Counting our blessings.
I mean, I'm happy to be here today, right? That's a blessing.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
To be
That's
able
one.
to get up out your bed or leave your house. And I mean, I feel like you've asked me this before, but I feel like I'm always feel like to be able to get somewhere without incident or accident, I feel like that's always a blessing.
Absolutely.
So I'm grateful for that.
Absolutely.
And yourself, ma'am?
Oh,
1
so
You got 30 seconds.
the little one is at Camp Aunties this
Okay,
weekend.
nice.
Okay.
Yes, so it's just the grown-ups, and when the little one is away, in my head, you have all these plans. Like, man, we're gonna do this, and that, and then we did go out. Had a beautiful meal, but for the most part, it's like you have all
Yeah, I
these
saw
plans,
it.
and then it's like you just be so happy, you just want to go to sleep.
I saw
You go
that
right-
meal.
Oh, you saw that meal?
Yeah, no one offered me.
Well, we got 30 seconds,
Oh,
so
yeah.
we're gonna
We
wrap
don't
it
even have 30 seconds.
We don't even have to. It said
So-
cut.
That's
It
right.
said
So
cut.
We'll be right back.
You can't talk about me. We will be right back.
Don't touch that down. Welcome back to the Praise Radio Show, the award-winning Praise Radio Show. And, yeah,
And yeah.
Yeah. And what are we going to talk about today?
We're gonna talk about whatever we want to talk about.
Okay.
today. Period.
Period. No question mark.
Period. She
Here
said,
we
"Uh-oh."
go. Here we
Put on
go.
your seatbelt, Miss Joy.
Dun, 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 dun.
Today, we're just gonna have some nice,
Mm-mm.
genuine,
Genuine.
generic
Okay, that means real.
conversation. Well, earlier before the show started, you were talking about relationships,
Yes.
and you were talking about relationships in relation
right.
to support, being able to depend on others,
Yes.
community. So, I guess let's start there. I know one of the things that was said earlier is you can't depend on people. Like,
Right.
do you feel like there's nobody, or do you not have anybody you feel like I could depend on this person?
No, you depend on people to degrees. First of all, I would like to break down what relationship means to me. It means
The deep mic is in effect.
It means relating. Relationship is relating on the same ship
I knew he was gonna say something about a ship.
Going
I felt it.
in the same direction.
Oh,
Come on,
okay.
somebody.
All right.
And if you can't swim, stay on that boat. But the bottom line is, yeah. No, there are individuals. Now we know we can totally, without a fraction of a doubt, depend on the unconditional
Fraction
love
of
of
a
God, and that's cool in the spirit realm.
Right.
But in the natural realm, there's peoples that God gives us to be in our lives. Okay,
in our lives.
in our lives, yeah.
Oh, lives. Okay,
Lives,
good.
yeah. So, just as we build a relationship with God, we have to build a relationship with each other. And in building a relationship with each other, you have to determine what avenue you're going. Where's your draw line? Because I could tell you now, you could ask 20 people about me, and each one will give you something different. Because I've
Absolutely.
built a certain relationship with
With
each
of
one.
them. Right. Okay.
And so in doing that, I feel that we have to relate to one another. And in order to relate to one another, we have to be open. We have to be transparent. We have to be trustworthy. But you have to pick and choose. Because everybody can't know. Like, I can't let somebody know how much money I'm really worth. Because, so as I was saying to you out there in the listening audience, you know, so there's things of that nature. You don't tell everybody your bank account. What's it again? What's it? Okay. You don't tell everybody your bank account. You don't tell everybody your personal business of something that you've went through, maybe dramatic throughout your life. Everybody's not for that because some people judge in relationships.
And some people are not going to handle your information properly.
There you go.
They're going to go in your bank account.
Yeah. That's why I ain't
Or they're going
telling.
to use what you say.
Tell 'em.
So you feel that people are not dependable for the most part?
Everybody has their dependability in your life, but you have to pick and choose what individual you're going to trust with what.
Okay.
I think it's difficult. Like, I really do. Like, I feel like there are times when I really feel like I need to talk, or I really need to vent, or I really need help with something. But I don't feel like you can be that transparent. Like, you can't. Like, the stuff that's heavy, your heavy stuff, sometimes people can't necessarily handle that. And are they really going to hold it? You know what I mean? Sometimes you're really not going to hold it, because then, and somebody said to me the other day, they was like, I have a secret. And I was like, okay. And it was like, can I tell it to you? Promise you'll take it to the grave. And I said, listen, I don't want it. I don't want your secret. I said, I don't,
if it's a grave
I don't want your
A
secret.
grave-taking secret.
Right.
Keep it.
I don't want to take it to the
'Cause
grave,
I don't know.
because I
Keep
have
it.
an aunt that did that to me one time, and she's not here anymore, but I still got her heavy. Like, I still have her heavy because you trusted me to take that with me and not to tell anybody else. And sometimes people, you don't even know what people are able to carry or hold on their own when you're trying to give them what your heavy might be. Like,
Especially if they have their own level of heavy.
I'm trying
and
to
you're
tell
adding
you.
yours onto them.
I'm trying to tell you. And that person might have been a little bit upset, but I was like, I don't want your secret. Like, I don't want anything that you tell me I have to take with me to my grave, because I'm going to take that seriously. Like,
Yeah.
I'm really not going to share that with anybody else. I'm really not going to, like, you know, even like sometimes I feel like we even share too much when we want somebody to pray, right? And then I come and I'm like, okay, well, this is what I need you to help somebody else pray for. But now I'm telling you their situation,
Yeah.
as opposed to just, we need to pray for this person. And however you led or whatever the case may be, like, I just feel like sometimes you really want to talk, or you, like, I really don't feel like I have that safe, like, that safe person that's like, oh, I'm really not gonna share this. It's heavy, but I'm really not gonna share this. And then, you know what? And I'm gonna be praying for you, cause that was heavy. Like, I feel like sometimes it's just it's difficult. And then, and the last thing I want to add on to that is, I feel like, piggybacking on what you said, like being different things to different people. And I recently lost a really good friend, and I feel like the thing about Larry was he was consistent. So we all had the same story. So it's like, even when it was time for his homegoing service, it wasn't like people were getting up and telling different renditions of who he was. His consistency was the same. Like, he loved people the same. He gave the same. He'd show up for you like he'd show up for me. Like, not, so it's like I'm trying to, like, even think about what you said of, like, being different things to different people. But I think the thing that I admired about him was he was the same to everybody. Like, and I thought that was a beautiful thing. Like, nobody that got up and told the story was like, yo, I called him one time 5:00 in the morning. He was like, nah, don't call me. It was like, I called him at 5:00 in the morning and I was in Brooklyn, and he was like, where? Okay, I'm on my way. Like, he was consistent
Right.
in that manner.
I feel like people like that are hard to come by.
Oh, girl.
And when you have them, you hold on to them. And I do agree that everybody's level of dependability is different, and you can't trust everybody with everything, not just secrets and information and
No.
so on and so forth. And then we're all human. So at the end of the day, like, even what you think you may be able to handle, again, not just by way of a secret, showing up. Because sometimes there will be, okay, so there was a situation with one young lady, I remember years ago in the church we went to, and I used to always tell her, like, if you want to ride from someone, ask them in advance. Don't wait till the last minute, because, you know, it may come a day. It worked for her, because everybody's going to look out and make sure you get home, but it may work one day that it doesn't work in your favor. And long story short, this day she still waited till the last minute, and she asked every single person. And that day nobody could, because either they had other people in the car, or they were going in a totally different direction, or whatever the case was. And I mean, of course, she still, you know, got home, because there is, you know, put her in a cab, put her in an Uber, whatever. But sometimes I feel like even when people are dependable, reliable, trustworthy, sometimes situations, God will allow situations to occur that even they can't be there for you, because he wants you to rely on him.
Yeah.
And then there are other situations, like I said, we're human. So what you've been carrying and handling all this time, you may get to a point this one time where it's like, okay, I can't hold this one, or I can't answer that call. I can't deal with it in a situation. And then I think a lot of times too, we also kind of look at people from the space of where we are and who we are. Like, most people that know me know I am that person, because I got insomnia, guys. Give me answers. But I am up late. I am up a lot. I am up all the time. So I am that person, you going through something, you can call, and I will answer my phone, and I'm there. But I don't want you feeling the kind of ways because you call and my phone died, you know, the battery died while I was asleep, or that's the one night I'm actually able to sleep and don't hear the phone ring, and it's like, she not there for me. But we're going to take a break, and we're going to be right back, and we can continue this conversation. Do you have anybody you can depend on? We'll be right back.
Don't touch that dial.
Welcome back to the Praise Radio Show, where we have been talking about relationships.
Yes, we have. And I have a great question.
Uh-oh.
So we're talking about the being able to depend on others. But what about you? What about yes, are you someone, or do you, in your opinion, feel you are someone that others can depend on?
Yeah, I just before we get to that, I just
What's the deepness in the
Before we get to that.
I just want to something that Joy had said.
When she was talking about secrets. And do you know, if you think about it, without a person telling you that I want to tell you a secret, we have a lot of secrets known about a lot of people that we don't tell unless we gossip.
I don't know why they're looking at me like that. I have no idea.
But no, we do. There are people, like I have people say, Rich, I can really trust you. And they'll tell me things or whatever. And I don't know if it's a secret or not, but who am I going to tell? I don't want to tell it to nobody. You know, I even get to the point where there's people who give me keys to their houses because they said just in case something happened, whatever, that they trust me. They know I ain't no thief, you know. So I ain't gonna, I ain't gonna steal none, you know. So it's just.
So you feel you're dependable?
I am so dependable. Like you can call me up,
I'm gonna call you.
and
Say it.
I probably send you the voicemail.
Wow, you're so dependable.
No, but
Terrible.
I heard something. Now, when you talk about that, it's interesting because somebody did a scale on how you value people who call you. Now, you have some people who call you that you'll jump to the phone and grab it. You'll have some people who call you, you'll look at it and you say, okay, they can leave a message. You know, so you can.
So now we know.
You can scare of.
I just answer the phone.
Of who you are.
Period.
Right. See, and that's something.
Because what if that's that time? What is that the time and they call you and you say,
Not today.
they go to voicemail. And I need you right then and there, seriously, and you did not even answer. You didn't answer.
You don't have to worry about that.
Somebody
You can whistle out the window from Mexico, and I'll call you back.
Your calls will
I
be answered.
can't.
I am the one that's a little suspicious, okay? He was like, you can call, but
No, there's certain calls that you know immediately that it's not going to be stressful. It's not going to weigh you down. Now, we all get those kind of calls that you know exactly what that person is calling you for. They're calling you because, they're just whatever, and you know that. We do that. We do that. Because I made a phone call today. I was calling some people who's always on their phones, and they never answered.
What's
So
happening?
it made me think that.
Don't be talking about me in my
Well,
face.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not that person that say don't talk about me behind my back, because obviously if you did that, you didn't want me to know, or you don't want no smoke. But if you talk about me in my face, that is terrible.
And that phone that
Unless you are
rang and it
addressing me
rang.
directly.
And then I called,
My phone was
the
in my
other
bag
person
because I was
too.
trying to get here.
Yeah, okay. And then I called the other person that you're connected to. Well, I won't say your husband's name.
Because we're one.
didn't answer. You didn't get either one.
Neither one.
Wow.
But
And
the
we weren't
best
even
part-
together. That's the funny
And
part.
that's right. They weren't together. But at least the husband called me back and said, I was in the garage. I didn't hear the phone ring. Well, that was his excuse. But at least,
Get here
but at least
from
he
are
did.
you reliable? Because now you're talking about me.
No, that was
yeah,
a-
he went
that
to
was a
get
commercial.
The car out the garage.
that was a commercial break. So now we're back on the show.
Moving on. No, Miss
We
Joy.
did not go anywhere.
We didn't. Nowhere fast.
No, I'm very, I consider myself very dependable, sometimes overly dependable, because that's when you have to learn that when are you gonna do you? Sometimes we forget about us, and we're so busy doing for others and others and others that, it's like, okay, wait a minute, I gotta take a break, So you can't be 4 or 5 places at one time. So you gotta kind of measure your dependability towards others, if the real need is there. Like if you call me up and say, oh, Rich, I'm stuck such and such a place, whatever, I say, okay, here's my AAA number. Call AAA and they'll come and get you. But I was dependable. I couldn't come, but I sent help. Help is on the way.
Help
You
is
know what
on
I'm
the
saying?
way.
Yeah. So, different things like that. I mean, I got people that call me for a lot of different things, but I'm learning now that, you know, you take that first call, you do what you do, but how do people treat you after they know they can depend on you? Because you got to be careful with that, because people take advantage of dependability.
That's true. That's true too. Some people do take advantage. Some people will take advantage. That's true. But
This must be true.
it's very true. It's like, because I'm thinking about it. It's like once, and I don't care what topic we talk about. It's like a fine line. It's always
a fine line because I
It's
feel like,
always a fine
again,
line.
I'm human. No, the answer's no for me. I'm not always going to be the one that you can depend on again because I'm human. So I didn't answer your call because my phone didn't ring.
No, I can't depend on you.
But I mean, I think a lot of things are also, it depends on the situation and the circumstances. So does it mean that, you know, when you're reaching out to someone, like I said, if you don't get them, that's it, they're not dependable? Not necessarily, because you don't always know the situation and the circumstances. So you're in the middle of the ocean, I'm on the boat, and you were like, I need you to jump out there and rescue so-and-so. I am not dependable in that situation. I'm going to panic with you. Yeah, but then I feel like, you know, you are still reliable if you can get help, like you said. I may not be able to get to you, or I may not be able to get to you fast enough, or I may not be the person that can help you in this situation, but you can still rely on me because I am going to pray, or I am going to, you know, try to meet your need or help in some situation. And when all else fails, you could depend on me to tell you I have no answers for you in this storyline. Like, you can depend on me for that. When it comes to secrets, I'm over the secrets too. Because, and I feel like it's different. I have people that'll share stuff with me and they'll say, okay, don't tell nobody, like you said. And then if they say don't tell nobody, then I won't tell nobody. And then when they finally, because for me, a lot of my people that say don't tell nobody eventually tell on themselves. And it's like, oh my gosh. And I feel like there was a period in my life being the youngest in my, in my house of my mom's kids. It was a period when nobody told me nothing. Because I'm the baby, she's the baby, she's the baby. Then something happened, and something took a drastic and terrible turn when it was like, well, here's this secret, but don't tell nobody. And then I'm speaking to all my other siblings are asking questions, and it's like, you know, I can't say nothing because they specifically said, don't say nothing to no one, so I won't. And I had one sister during COVID, she was like, I don't want to worry your sister, so don't tell her I have COVID. So I'm like, this is terrible. How am I not going to tell her? Because now I'm panicking. I have anxiety around this, and I can't even tell her the situation. But the funny part is that sister called me and was like, she had COVID. And I was like, wait, what? And I couldn't even tell her, well, your sister does too. But then I get a phone call the next day from the sister that the first one said, don't tell. And she was like, why didn't you tell me? Because that sister that said, don't tell, not only told her own business, but told that she told me. So now here it is, I'm in the middle of something unnecessarily because you told me don't tell. I kept your secret. But nobody's patting me on the back for keeping a secret. I'm in trouble now with the other sister because I didn't say something. So it's really difficult. But then I shared something with Ms. Joy recent, but in that situation, and it was a pray for the person moment, but sometimes what I will do if I ask somebody, like if it's too much or if it's a lot, sometimes I'll tell the person, like, you know, Rich come to me and he's telling me all his problems and it's a lot. I feel like I need backup in prayer. Then I'll be like, do you mind if I share this? Or do you mind if I share this with so-and-so because I trust their prayer life? So I may, and if that person says yes, then I'm not going to share with everybody, but I am going to share with who I told you because I asked you, you know, permission. So I just feel like we're all human, and at the end of the day, nobody is as reliable, dependable as God. Like, God is perfection. So if you really wanted to go to the grave, you got to take it to Jesus in prayer because, you know, mistakes. He's not. So he don't have to take it there.
Nope.
We're going to take a break. We're not going to go to the grave. I hope we're going to take a break, and we will be back.
Don't touch that down.
Let's move on. Welcome back to the Praise Radio Show. So, what are you
Y'all have no
talking
idea
about?
what goes on behind the scenes. One day we're gonna do blooper Sunday or something.
Those are not bloopers. It's just us.
Right.
This is just
Blooping
us all
around.
the
Just blooping around.
time.
Right.
So, which, it's very interesting.
Mhm.
It's so silly.
What is it?
So, anyway, moving along with relationships.
Yeah.
What was that face about?
I don't know. Because it's you.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So, I do feel, continuing with dependability, I do feel like you should have somebody, though, that you can rely on or that you do trust. Like, we all here together. So, you can't ever put 100% trust in no one.
Right.
And you can't count on anyone for everything, and no one is your everything.
Right.
And that's something that I think that's something also that is very important to know in any relationship, but especially when it comes to romantic relationships. So when it comes to marriage, like nobody is your everything except God. So what is that?
Everything, yes, love.
I don't even know.
I'm
What's that
singing my
song?
everything.
I don't think I know it.
Yes, you do.
Not the way you sung
Oh, no,
it.
'cause I put my
can't
own
tell.
twist to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's very interesting. Let's talk about that.
Most times.
Yeah.
He's very interesting. But yeah, even your spouse is not can't be
Right.
your
No,
everything.
they're not. One of the things I was thinking about when you was just chatting was the fact of what are
You have to have one voice.
Right.
Like, what is it? You have to pick
Somebody super deep
pick
is gonna
somebody.
use this show, and then they're gonna be like, "Yeah, and this is when life took a turn on the show, and he's possessed." See the different voice that came out. It's gonna be a conspiracy theory against you.
No, but one of the things I'm really thinking about when we say relationships is that relationships
Deep mic.
are not spontaneous because it takes time to build. I thought of the word build when I think of relationship because we're still building a relationship with God. God already has a relationship with us. We're learning God. I don't care where he says no one has arrived and we've all fallen short. So when you fall short, you lose the tendency of getting to know that person more intimately, because you want to, in a relationship, you want to have intimacy. And see, the sad part about it is everybody thinks intimacy is sexual, and it's not. Intimacy is into me. I want you
That's
to
the part
see.
I was waiting for right there.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, yeah. So in building that relationship, it takes time to sit, to affiliate, to associate with the person or the peoples that you want.
You're gonna make me seasick. And we don't even have no water here. Right? Like, what is that?
That you want
like we're in the ocean.
to get to know. Because just like, when we was in elementary school, and you know about this as a teacher.
Y'all wasn't in elementary school together.
No, but I'm saying your elementary school. There was that song, Getting to Know You, Getting to Know All About You.
They never sung that in school.
Oh, where was that at? Was it in church?
Getting to like you.
See? Yeah.
Y'all did go to elementary school together. Okay.
So that's what a relationship is.
What?
You get to sing songs together,
I'm out of the loop. I'm so
You don't
out
know that
of the
song
loop.
for real?
I know the song.
Oh,
We didn't
okay.
sing it in school.
I don't know if we sang
Where'd
that
you
in
sing it
school.
at?
I don't know where that came from.
I'm not sure neither. But if you know out there, give us a call.
What?
Wouldn't know where it came from.
Where'd you going with this? With whatever
And
you were
how
saying.
did you change?
Right.
How do you say?
How did you get here?
And give us a call. How do you just go from like?
This is a crazy show.
No.
I swear.
No, nothing. It's not like the other week. This is still a little bit.
That's when the producer
more
wasn't
balanced,
here.
right?
He was AOL.
If she would have said he wasn't here today, I wasn't coming. That was not gonna trick me twice.
What?
No,
No.
but that's the basis of a relationship. The word build has to come into that. You know, relationship equals building, building equals intimacy, intimacy equals knowledge, and knowledge equals the wisdom.
I'm glad you stopped because.
You was gonna fall off the chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so,
Yeah, you're
Where
right.
you
We're
going?
constantly building, or you should constantly be building. And part of building means you should constantly be growing and learning. So, and pouring into. And just getting, I think, just understanding one another's love language. Love language, is not just, again, for romantic relationships. Like knowing your mom's love language, your siblings, your dad, your friends, like just understanding, people's love languages is super important.
God's love language. God has a love language. It's called the Bible.
Oh, you wanted me to elaborate?
this thing on.
I just want to know what a Bible is.
the Bible.
The Bible. The Bible.
Bible.
See, he has all of these personalities.
He does.
And he does not stick to one. It's
doesn't.
very
Weird.
I'm spiritual.
But we accept you're weird. It's okay. We all have our own level of weird. Nothing wrong with it. But yeah, I think. What?
No, you was thinking.
I think.
Yeah, think.
Just understanding one another's love languages, and I think love means something different to different people. Or a lot of times, people will base love on their experiences versus what your love language is or what love is to you. What's your love language?
My love language is.
See, y'all gonna think I'm saying this.
That's not there. That's not there.
Whatever he's gonna say next.
Did you take the test? Do you know what your love language is? Or are you about to make this up?
No,
Because if
it's
you
not
don't
making
know what
this
it
up.
is, you can say, I don't know, based
It's a
on
word,
that
right?
test.
It's a word. Right?
That's based on the test that people have taken to see what their love language, like if you rate it, what comes first, what comes next, what, like I guess you
Quality
could do like
time.
those three or whatever.
Right, and that's where I was going.
Okay, so go ahead. Because that's not there.
Yes, it is. Joy's not there.
No,
Joy, peace.
no.
Well, then what is a love language then? Because if you don't
He's
have
going
that,
to the Bible.
We have to give him. Well, I mean, yes, of course.
He's going to the Bible
That's
as a
very
reference, and that's
important.
why I said what I said.
Yeah.
Taking the test
Mhm.
where they give you what the love languages are for you to figure out which ones belong to you, not the Bible.
Okay. Well, if when I went to take the eye test, they didn't give it to me. So
So let's move on to Miss Joy. Do you know what your love language is?
yeah, let me learn from you. I want to learn something. Come on, tell me what your love language is.
Come
It's
on.
quality time.
Oh, that's the kind of love language.
It's quality time.
Uh-huh.
That's first and foremost for me.
Okay.
And
I
then
like that. That quality. Time. You gonna bite your toe?
Not a
acts
little
of
bit.
service.
Who?
Acts of service.
Okay,
Like things that I
okay.
really need help with.
Okay. She gonna puncture her lip. She gonna bite it off.
Gonna bite her lips off.
I'm gonna stop there.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
one of the.
interesting.
You know what I
You're
learned.
the first two.
You know what I learned? For me, quality time is super important. And then I like gifts. And what I learned is sometimes we will handle people or love them from the place that we desire
easier.
to be loved.
It's easier. So what my love language is easy. It's easy for me to just
To give
if
that.
you need quality time or if you need somebody to just, I don't care what you're going through, because I feel like sometimes
Right.
I don't want a speech, I don't want a lecture, I don't want 50 scriptures. Like sometimes I just need you to sit here and be here in it
Just
with
be
me,
present.
whatever
Right.
it might be. So, but that's easy for me to do for somebody else, you know.
Right.
And I said that, I don't know if I said it on this show or whatever, like I had a coworker and she had been moved to hospice. And when I came, the son and the father were there, but she was non-responsive. So most people, okay, I came, like I was there all day.
Yeah.
And my
Exactly.
heart wouldn't let me leave because it was like, yo, this is their reality. Like they can't get up and leave from this.
Right.
So how do you know that you're not the breath of fresh air? Or how do you know that this is not comforting to them? Like, okay, to talk about, you know, who she was to me and how she attributed it in my life. I feel like, and then we sat and I listened to the dad. I feel like he told me stories. I told him stuff about my childhood. Like we ended up like bonding in a sense. Like, but I couldn't just leave.
Right.
You know,
That's deep.
like, but I didn't come in there with flowers because probably that's not like my love language is not really gifts.
Right.
Because I feel like you could give me a gift
Right.
and what does it really mean? But it might really mean something to you. But if it's not my
Right.
love language, and that's one thing that I learned going along the way. Like if you don't know somebody's love language, you think you're feeding their love tank and their love tank is on E because that's not their love language.
Preach
So
that.
you keep coming here with
Absolutely.
these flowers, and that's not my love language. I just need you to sit in it with me. I'm not saying,
No,
I'm
but-
just saying, or candy,
flowers,
right? Or chocolate, or you know, like whatever.
No, I
I
understand
mean,
what you're saying.
sneakers, like sneakers. No,
That's your love language?
That's my
That-
love language. But
that'll
that's
work
not.
for her.
That's a gift. That's a gift. Now that's a gift. Yes, but I'm saying like you think that you're doing something. Your the person you're in a relationship with might need words of affirmation. You're never affirming them, so they don't feel loved. It's not that you don't love, but
Right.
you're not feeding what is deficient in them, and then you just keep doing what comes easy for you. I could do access. I mean, I can come and spend time with you, but you want in the midst of spending time, like you want me to stroke your ego. I haven't done that, so you don't feel love.
Feel love, and that's why it's important to learn each other's love languages because, like you said, sometimes I am giving you what's easy for me or what's in me. I'll say what's in me. It's not always easy for me. It's just that that's what's in me. It is in me to spend quality time with other people because that's what I grew up seeing my mom do for others. I grew up watching her in hospitals, in nursing homes, going to visit family members. I watched her doing stuff for neighbors. So this is something that always surrounded me growing up. And now those are some of the things that, you know, I do as well. It makes sense for me if that person, like you said, is in the hospital to go and not sit for 5 minutes, but like you said, spend the day with them. That's something I even teach my daughter and have been teaching her since she was younger. When you get older, it's not gonna, you know, take nothing away from your life to check on, you know, the elders in the family, to go spend time with your aunties, to call and reach out to people. Because that is important to do, period. But that is important to me. So I constantly am making sure everybody's all right. I'm constantly taking everybody's phone calls and checking on people and spending time with people. And then I'm a huge gift giver. I love to surprise people. I remember there was one time in church, I literally memorized everything everybody liked, and I still do. I remember the minister loved peanut chews. So his chair, I put a bag of peanut chews. She likes socks and she likes Mickey Mouse. One of the other young ladies loved barrettes. So she got barrettes. Like I literally gave gifts to everybody. And then I put a gift in my own seat because I didn't want them to know who they got the gifts from. But the minister figured me out. He was like, only you gonna do something like this. And I was like, it wasn't me. See, I got a gift too. He was like, I know it was you. But, you know, I give gifts because for me, gift giving, like I thought about you. I want to make you smile. I want to, you know, bring some joy to that moment or to that day. It's not just about, you know, giving you an item. Like, I don't give cards that I did not sit there and read. If I read that card and that card said, you know, happy birthday to someone that really listens and you're a great friend and you're not a great friend and you don't really listen, I'm not going to give you that card. Not happening. Period. But we got to take a break again.
Yeah, before we do, now I
Before
understand.
we do. You heard him, right?
Yeah.
People in the background?
Yeah,
What?
but now I understand what you meant by it. So,
As soon as we
what-
get back.
Soon as
Don't
we
touch
get
that
back,
dial.
so we don't get in trouble.
welcome back to the Praise Radio Show. Before we went off, now I understand what y'all were talking about. And so, servanthood is number one for me. And gift giving is number two for me.
Servanthood
Yeah.
is not a word, and it's not a part of the love language.
Serving.
So do you know there's a book?
Serving.
Do you know there's a book called The 5 Love Languages?
Yeah, no, buy me the book. You like get gifts.
we
Buy me
gonna-
one for Christmas. So, and the other thing I like is giving.
Don't be calling me out on
because-
this show, right?
Don't listen to them.
You like to give gifts?
You know, sorry.
Buy me the
Sorry.
book.
Just buy me the
I'm gonna
book.
buy you the book.
So I love to serve because I've always been like that, and gift giving because I have a closet in my house that is just full of gifts. So I'm never without a gift for someone. And sometimes I just give gifts, especially on my birthday. I like to give gifts instead of receiving.
That's so cool.
It is.
Me and I started doing that for our birthday one year. We didn't do it last year, but one year for her birthday, we went and one of Miss Joy's and family to the show favorite gospel rapper, Richard Dolphin. He had an event in Harlem, and they were giving out turkeys and other stuff to the community. And it was her birthday, so that was one of the things, you know, we did on her birthday. We went and helped to give out food to the homeless. No, I want you not to put yourself in the story. It wasn't. You wasn't a part of it.
What was that picture we took?
You was there in spirit, maybe.
What was that picture we took in Harlem?
That's when they had like shut down the street
Yeah,
and did some, that wasn't the same day.
Oh.
Her birthday's in
So I was the
November.
only turkey that showed up.
You was on. You was the turkey that did not show up because you weren't there. So silly.
Showed up the wrong day.
So we are about to
Spotlight
do
what's right.
Spotlight What's Right, which gives us the opportunity to share some wonderful things that are going on. What is happening?
We hear him bringing in.
Oh, I kind of like
Okay.
had to, cause then I'll laugh, sort it out. That's gonna be new.
Right.
Oh, that could be
With him,
That could be.
It's gonna change next week. Watch.
he gonna come up with something else.
Okay, do it again. Bring me back.
Spotlight what's right.
Okay, so today's spotlight, we are shining a light on a pilot, and his name is Dannon. And what happened was, it was a little lady named Valentina Dominguez, and Valentina left her best buddy on the airplane. So she was coming back from Tokyo to go home, and she left her dolly, her American Girl doll. And after searching for it, of course, the parents wanted to make sure that, you know, they found this doll, because when your child has that toy that they hold on to, their favorite toy, or that toy you spent $1 million for, and they left it on the plane, and then you want to make sure that you are trying to do your best to try to get that back to that child. Because sometimes they can't sleep
That's
without
it,
their little
keepsake,
favorite
yeah.
toy, or,
Yeah.
you know. But she left her toy on a plane, and I believe Dad, but don't quote me, put it on, shared the story on social media. And the pilot, it wasn't, I don't believe it was the pilot from the actual flight. It didn't say, because I read it, but you said you saw the video. So a pilot went, and he went to the Lost and Found out at the airport in Tokyo. And they did receive the doll, and he found her doll, brought it all the way back from Tokyo, and he didn't live too far from her in Texas, so he went and delivered it himself to her.
Yeah. I believe it was that same pilot.
Okay, that's awesome.
And the greatest part about it is when he went to the house, he knocked on the door, and the little girl came to the door, and he handed her the doll, and he said, "I believe this is yours." And she grabbed the doll, and she held it so tight, and she says, "Can I ask you something?" He said, "Yeah." did she behave on the plane? She wanted to know if her doll
Question.
behaved on the plane. He said, yes, your dog was
Yeah, she did. Or she
very
would
good.
have. Or she would have been off that plane.
And it was just so honorable to see that. And she thanked him. She said, I just want to thank you. And I mean, she was just so polite. You know, you can tell by her family raising her that she was really thankful, you know, that something like this would happen. Because I don't think her expectation was ever to see that doll again. But for him
Probably
to
not.
feel what I forget what he actually said, but he felt it in his heart once he heard about it that he had to get this doll back to her.
Yeah, and
He
that's
brought
so
it
priceless.
personally.
And that's what one of the
Not
things
mail.
that it said in the
Story.
interview they did with him.
Mhm.
He said, like, this is just who he is.
Yeah.
Like, he likes to help other people, and he likes to see things through. So tonight,
Yeah.
today,
Personally, he brought it. He didn't have to come
today,
in.
the spotlight goes on him. Sometimes it's those small gestures.
Yes.
Sometimes, you know, it doesn't have to be anything huge or grand, or even though we shine the spotlight on those huge grand gestures as well. But sometimes it's, you know, just those random acts of kindness or going out of your way, because when he saw the story, he could have just been like, wow, hope she finds the doll. But he literally went to the Lost and Found, took time out to not only find it, but like you said, hand deliver it to her. And to me, you know, I'm sure for the parents, for her to get this doll back
Yeah.
was priceless to just
Her
probably see
face,
the
I mean, just
reaction
to
on
see
her face.
was like, wow.
Just to see your face when you told the story, your voice changed once again.
Yeah, I was excited for her. It's like it was my doll. You know? No, like if it was my doll.
This is about to take a turn, so let's. This is about to take a very interesting turn. So we thank you so much for joining us. And if you stayed the whole show, we are so grateful that you stayed this whole show. If you are watching us from YouTube, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification button so you can get this comedy more often in your life. Okay? They say laugh is good for the soul.
Yeah.
So I hope we was able to make you laugh, bring some joy to your life. Maybe
She's
make
here.
you, yes, she is. Miss Joy is here. Maybe make you think about some things different. If you would like to be a guest on the show, if you're a book author, if you are an artist, if you're an entrepreneur, or if you would just like to come and share your testimony, please send us an email at praiseradioshow@gmail.com. And we are on social media, Instagram, Facebook. What else you got? What else you know we on?
LinkedIn?
I just want to see if he knew anything. I want to see if he knew anything. All he ever says is Facebook. He has nothing outside of
Power and Praise
Facebook.
Network.
X,
Oh,
Right.
well, I can't. Never mind. Anyway,
yes.
that's another show.
LinkedIn, like she said.
Yeah.
All at Praise Radio Show. And yes, you can also find Praise Radio Show, home of Power and Praise Network, at powerandpraisenetwork.com. So we hope you enjoyed the show. And anything from you?
Well, what we like to tell you all the time at the Praise Radio Show, we love you. We love that you love us. But one thing we want you to always know, stay encouraged, stay focused, but most of all, stay in Christ. Until next time, peace be with you.
Somebody probably looked at the camera when he said, "We love that you love us." They probably like, I don't.